So after learning, so like I mentioned, surds is divided into 4 blocks. So by the time you hit example 4, you should have completed the 4 blocks of idea. So when it comes to the consolidation part, it will just be a mixture of everything. So if you just look, this one is a very simple question. It's a very short question. So K, they give you a fraction, and obviously the fraction has surds in the denominator. So I hope the first thing that comes to your mind will be rationalization. And then your job is to find this value. So a lot of students, right, they will actually do it directly. It's actually quite challenging to do it directly. So a lot of students will be doing this. And then they do this. It's going to be very challenging. You wouldn't know what to do. And you are subjecting yourself to a lot of careless mistakes. So usually I prefer to do step by step. So in this question, because the original K is already there's a surd in the denominator. So I will actually go for my rationalization first before I carry on. So actually if you take a look, right, if I went for the rationalization, my K actually becomes very simple. And because you simplify the K by rationalizing, before you carry on, you will be suggested that I will actually suggest that you go and punch calculator here. Go and punch this decimal, go and punch this decimal. Make sure you tally the same decimal so that you will ensure that nothing goes wrong. Then because the expression that you want is a K squared plus 1 over K squared. So what I will do will be, I make sure my K is correct, then I proceed to my K squared. So when I proceed to my K square, this is what I have gotten. Okay, then I will proceed to my 1 over K square. So I divide my working into blocks of work. And that has got to do with rationalization. Rationalize. Numbers look quite big. Okay, I'm doing a check first. I'm doing a check for this one. This is 61.98. So I'm also doing a check for this one, just to make sure that I don't have careless mistake. Yeah, both are 61.98. So 31 minus 8. So 31 square minus 64 times 15. So the denominator is actually a 1. So if you look, my working is in blocks. So that it's easier for me to earn method mark as well. So this is one block. Focus on the K and focus on the K square. And then I focus on 1 over K square. So eventually I will do what the question is getting me to do. So the question is k squared plus 1 over k squared. So I make use of this answer, and I make use of this answer. So as you can see, the square root actually cancel away. So you're left with 62. So do not, when do some planning first. Don't attempt to do everything at one shot. It's actually very complex and subject yourself to a lot of careless mistakes. So that is an idea. You will see this kind of question quite commonly in exam. Okay, another kind will be the story sum. So the story sum can come in area and perimeter, volume, surface area. It can come in Pythagoras theorem. So I'm just using a very simple one. So in this question, right, I'm using a rectangle. So it's actually not difficult if you look. So the length is 5 minus root 12. Then this is 4 plus 6 root 3. So if I would like the area, it's just a length and breadth. It's very simple. But if you fail to simplify, that means if you fail to simplify the root 12, or you fail to rationalize this portion, actually your multiplication will be quite difficult. Not say not doable, it's just very susceptible to careless mistake. So I will simplify the length. So this will be the length that I'm going to be working with. This will be the breadth that I'll be working with. So once I simplify that, if I would like to get the area, then that will just be this times this. It's so much easier for you to execute your arrow rather than you do it in the fraction format of the huge square root, like square root 12. So do your arrows. So you will be getting 8 plus 2 root 3. So it's quite straightforward. The next one is a d square. So this one, d square, they say is the diagonal square. Don't forget, a rectangle has a lot of 90 degrees. So in order to get d square, it's a Pythagoras theorem. So again, right, if you never simplify, if you're going to square, it's actually a bit complicated with a fraction. So I'm going to apply my Pythagoras theorem. So our job is to get the d square. So we don't have to take square root. Just a d square is equal to 5 minus 2 root 3 square plus 4 plus 2 root 3 square. So it's more like a simplification. You just make sure your squaring is correct. So group all the numbers. For all the numbers that you have, you just punch calculator. And for the surds, you will get a -4. So that's it. If you have made the first step of simplification and rationalization, actually everything is very easy. So this can appear in sometimes I see questions where pyramid happen, cylinder happen, prism happen. Their dimensions are in surds. So you just have to rojak in your surds technique and the mensuration formulas. So this fall under consolidation.